Well, we're back, ladies and gentlemen, and after that interview, that Moyman, you did a good job again.
Today I got another famous guy. I mean, I see him all over the time.
Anytime you get anybody that's a real guest, I appreciate that.
Well, sometimes they fool me, Bill. I can't help it. It was not me.
Well, no, a guest that you didn't know about. It's been a surprise to me.
Is there somebody else?
Well, Diz actually coordinated this himself.
You know, he's my boss.
Yes,
sometimes he actually works.
Sometimes he does.
Sometimes, but then other times he don't. He sleeps and drinks.
Both are just one world over the other. But anyways, Moyman, apparently Diz has been able to. I don't know if you remember, Moyman, when we were in London.
London? Not yet.
Yes, remember we were in London, and they told us about the great English detective, Armlock.
Hertz?
Yes, and apparently, I don't know how this
is he here?
Diz was able. He's here on some kind of case.
Wow!
And we were actually able to get Armlock Hertz in, and I don't know if Dr. Watson is here, his assistant, but just Diz or Moyman, if you see that he's out there, just bring him in and.
You mean this tall guy with the cape with the hat?
The little hat. I guess that's him.
That's Armlock Hertz?
It might be. Just bring him in, see what you can do.
Elementary, my dear Watson. Oh, who is this?
My name,
No, I know. You're Mr. Blow.
Ah, well,
of course.
But
now I can see. I thought I was in the midst of a conversation with Watson here, but now I can see.
Perhaps you could do, Armlock, first of all, let me just say, it's just an honor to have somebody like you here. And,
I know what you're going to ask me. You're going to ask me, of course. You want me to tell you something about yourself?
Exactly. Before I say that, though, I want to make sure.
I shall.
I just want to make sure that you understand what an honor it is to have her, because we've had some of the great detectives of the 20th century with us.
Of course, I'm the greatest.
Well, we've had Charlie Chan here. We've had Hercule
Poirot. Not bad.
Hercule Poirot here.
Yeah, pretty good.
In the old days, we spoke of the Penguin.
Foreigner.
Do you remember the Penguin?
Oh, the Penguin. One of my nemesis. I took care of him.
Oh, okay. I thought he was all right. But anyways, so you realize we've had some of the greats here, and
but not all until now.
Yes. Well, and Armlock, just go ahead, please do a quick reading, and I just
all right, I'll tell you right now, Blue. Yeah. Look, you're obviously of Puerto Rican descent, and your main influences were the '60s. I can tell by the tie-dyed jeans. You have a hairy friend. I can see but he's very clean in parts. I can tell by the hair is hanging. No, don't laugh when I'm trying to do this.
You have a hairy friend?
And you've recently been in Jamaica. And would you like me to go on?
That's amazing so far, but in your case books, I see how you sometimes can know that a person has just written a letter or has just came back from doing. Tell me, could you go?
Well, all right, I can tell you that recently, when no one is looking, you picked your nose. I can tell that by what's on your fingernail right now.
Armlock, do you mind if I call you Armlock?
Oh, fine.
All right. Now, let me just get to that first.
Some people refer to me as the master, but.
All right. Well, I know that you don't have very long to spend with us today, and I'm going to have to ask you.
No, I must be on. The game's afoot, you know.
The game is afoot.
Watson and I are.
And speaking of that, are you involved in all?
You're pretty smart getting there with the Blackfoot
and the Yakuza and the.
In fact, there's some Indians involved with this too.
I didn't think about that. They probably are. Yes.
Well, it's not your job to do the thinking. I'm the one that does that.
Well, thank God for that. But Armlock, I know you don't have very long to spend with us today, and we've still got the Limerick Corner with our very good friend Marv Wolfman, or Jim.
Oh, a very erudite man.
He is from that descent. But anyways, Armlock. First of all, two things. Your first name, Armlock. What derivation is that? I've never heard that for a first name before.
Well, it used to be Hemlock, but
I
think that speaks for itself.
Well, for the time
Hemlock Hertz certainly doesn't. Ask Socrates about it or any other.
Is Dr. Watson with you today?
Yeah, see, I left him out in the corridor. If you'd like to speak to him.
Well, I don't have time today.
I could come back on the show after I.
Yes, and I'm going to make you promise me that on our very next show.
Well, I guess if I promised, then that's it. Because of course I would always keep.
Please, if you can, on our very next show, please come and discuss some of your great cases with us.
All right, so I'll leave a note and get in touch with me through Mrs. DeSoto. And
Mrs. DeSoto? Yeah, as opposed to Mrs. who?
Mrs. Hudson, I believe.
I couldn't think of the name. I was trying to get the joke, man. Thank you. For some reason, Mrs. Baker was coming to mind, and I couldn't quite get the Mrs. DeSoto thing.
Well, that's fine. You're just burning the tape out there.
Anyways, Armlock, since I can't delve into your great...
No, it's too much.
Too many cases. Since I can't delve into that right now, could you please just tell us 2 or 3, please?
Of my best cases, the case.
Just 2 or 3. I only need 2 or 3.
I don't name them. You know, Watson has this.
Yes, I know. He
names
I
these
thought it was
cases.
Watson.
Watson. Oh no, Watson writes it. But you're talking about my assistant, Watson. I said Watson, didn't I?
I don't think so, but we'll see later.
I hope you're not trying to argue with the great Armlock.
I'm not. But please, the case is...
You'll find out why they got my name.
Is that how you got it?
It's one of the ways.
I
am...
a couple of the cases, please, if you might.
Well, the case of the cottontail fornicator.
The case of
that's what he called it.
Cottontail fornicator. No, well, before you go on.
Don't interrupt me. I'll let you figure them out when I'm all through with the...
Well, I'd rather you figure them out if you might. What, just a little bit about
the case of the Vaseline or the vasectomy. That was the other one.
All right, so there's a cottontail fornicator and Vaseline or the vasectomy.
In fact, those were sort of related cases, but
well, just a little bit quickly about the case of the cottontail fornicator. What was the peculiar?
Just in the sense of it was some animal husbandry going on.
But
I really shouldn't be speaking about this over here. There's so many more interesting cases.
Well,
certainly can't argue with that.
I certainly can't. Well, let me ask you then about a case that I was puzzled.
All right. Go ahead.
That I was puzzled by, if I can remember. I'm even puzzled now.
Professor Moriarty, I was in a few of them.
Professor Moriarty, yes, exactly. Perhaps the case. What was that now? The case of the blue-tailed bird. What was that? Do you remember that?
Don't remember it at all. No recollection of it.
Don't you remember that?
You must be confusing me with that Green Lantern fellow or someone like that.
I thought that was one of Armlock's most famous.
I guess you must be mistaken.
The blue...
Maybe you misspoke.
Perhaps I did.
I think I had a bicycle once that was missing a spoke.
Yes. Well, let me see if I can think about Armlock Hertz case that I I've read almost all. You have 30 volumes of works, as you know.
Oh, that's I well know. Yes, I didn't write them. Of course.
No, of course, once it did. Yes, but
care for a little bit of a smoke from my pipe here? Or?
Well, no, I don't think so. But and when you're on the show, we'll talk about your.
I didn't slobber on it, did I?
No. But just tell me a little bit of the case. Now, I remember you did a case of what was that? Of the broken phone. Do you remember that case?
Yes, and unfortunately, I couldn't get much help on that case. I tried calling for help, but nothing worked.
And so that's basically what it was about. A broken phone.
Well,
Armlock,
you grasp the obvious.
I do. Well, Armlock, again, I know you have to
I must indeed be off.
You must be off.
As I say, the game is afoot. Well, watch it. If you're out there, I'll be right out there and bring your pistol.
Well, Armlock, but promise me you'll come back to our next show. You have to.
Like I said, leave it enough. This is the solo.
But you must come back because I want to discuss
I must. Well, I don't know. I must. I will.
Yes, you will. Well, please do because
I shall. I shall.
Well, and we'd love to hear about your case in your life, and we'll delve into.
Oh, there's so much to tell.
Into your background and your misogyny and your 7%.
My misogyny is my business, and it's between me and my misogynist, personally.
Oh, thank you. Well, Armlock, thank you very much, and we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen, with today's version of Marv's Corner. I don't know who's going on, but between Marv and Moyvin, they've coordinated it. So we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh boy, hey, Marv!